Hi, it's Paul from Henge Herbivore. Today I'm lucky enough to have with me the current reigning 2014 Mr. Universe champion. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Barny du Plessis. And for anyone unfamiliar with bodybuilding, Barny, can you tell us a little bit about exactly what your title means?
It's a title that is very prestigious in the bodybuilding world. It's the oldest title, the big title you can get.
Yeah.
And it's something that most people who compete in bodybuilding would want to have.
Yeah. So I believe the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger would be back there.
Yeah, Reg Park, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Frank Zane, Bill Pearl.
All the greats.
All the greats are on this list, and my name's down with them.
Yeah, nice. So what got you into bodybuilding?
I don't know, many factors. I've always been interested in being stronger, fitter. I love the Marvel superhero characters, like Superman. Anything to do with heroic deeds and stuff really inspired me.
Right.
And He-Man was something that was very inspirational to my in my sort of subconscious mind.
Yeah.
It took a while to kind of establish that as something that I could maybe manifest in real life.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, after doing some travelling, I came back. He had some weights given to him by his parents for a Christmas present. I didn't have a clue what they were or how to use them or anything about it. But I knew in order to get the physique like He-Man or a superhero character, this is the kind of thing you have to do in order to acquire that physique. And it felt it was almost like my predestined life path.
Right.
And when I touched the weights and when I started to understand it and look into it more, it made complete sense to me, and I just followed the road really.
So you found
found my niche.
Yeah. Okay. And so lately you've switched over to veganism.
Yes.
So people do that for a lot of different reasons: health, ethics, the animals, the planet. What would you say is your reason?
Well, I need a fight. I need a crusade. I need something to fight for in life. Okay. I always like to think that I'm fighting for the greater good. Now, before, when I was trying to get the higher titles, okay, I wanted to get the big title, the big win. That was the greater challenge.
Right.
When I got the Mr. Universe title, it was a massive anticlimax. I needed something else to do that was bigger than me, that I had to fight for. To give me a reason to get out of bed, give me something to work towards. I didn't know what to do. Doing bodybuilding competitions as a pro, earning money, had no appeal to me at all. Anyway, no one is doing vegan competitive bodybuilding, as far as I'm aware, at a high level. And the way, in tune with my ethical beliefs and the way I want to live and believe we should all live, I thought, well, maybe I could try and become a vegan, 100% GMO-free, organic. Josie's a celiac, so it's only fair to have a gluten-free household as well. So we're gluten-free as well. So gluten-free, GMO-free, organic, to fit in with our ethics, and vegan as well to obviously protect the environment, help the animals.
So you don't do things by half then, Barny?
100% wholehearted, staunch vegan.
Warrior.
Warrior vegan. And we're fighting and we're winning.
I like it. I really like it. So obviously you're not eating meat, eggs, dairy, fish. What kind of things are you eating now?
Loads really. I'm absolutely stuffed all the time. The food is delicious. I have to mention, when I was from the age of 0 to 18, I was a vegetarian. I was brought up in a vegetarian household. My parents were hippies. It's not unknown. This whole world is very, very, very familiar to me. The smells of the lentils, all these things are very they come back very quickly because that's my upbringing. My mum's, my family's friends, their households, they would have very similar food, similar ethics, and sort of the environment in mind. When I became a bodybuilder, I decided I needed more protein. It took quite a bit of work to try and get myself to start eating meat. I didn't like the idea of it, but since I became a meat eater, I became much more disassociated with our environment, the planet. and I suppose my spiritual side just went numb. You know, I wasn't connected anymore.
Yeah.
And I didn't really care about animals and stuff. I really wasn't interested in, you know, any suffering. I couldn't relate. I couldn't empathise with the feelings. I didn't have any connection anymore. Yeah. However, since going back to being a vegan, it's all come back.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very sensitive to everything, and much more in tune.
Nice. So a kind warrior.
I say a warrior. The Earth needs warriors.
Yeah.
Our planet needs warriors to protect it, because it's being ravaged and savaged and attacked from all directions at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless you stand up and fight against, or fight for what you believe in.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have a real, have real trouble in our hands in the future, because this world's getting smashed up. Really.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited to have you on board. So, you know, at the minute people will be ridiculed for changing, but more and more we'll see that it works.
The whole ridicule
everyone
thing.
will be looking up to you.
Yeah, no, it's not about it's about people standing up for what they believe in, you know, and not expecting someone else to do it. Okay, you have to make a stand in life.
Be the change you want to see.
Exactly, but we have power. People don't think they've got the power.
Yeah.
I've already changed 2 people today. They've been vegan. Right? Not that I wanted to, but they understood the ethics. It makes sense.
Yeah.
They understand the reason why, and just by doing that, that's it's exponentially growing.
Yeah.
Okay?
The blinkers are coming off.
I think there are people that are waking up and they can see that they have the power to change the direction of our future.
Yeah. Very,
very quickly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to go the way we basically down the shit.
It's a decision awake.
Within a year, it could be a huge, completely different scenario to what it is now.
Yeah, I completely agree. So since you switched to veganism, has there been any negative effects to your training, would you say?
Apart from being extremely full of trying to train, and probably, dare I say, a little bit too wind orientated in the guts.
Okay.
But
I'm happy to tell you after why that does shift.
That is the case, and there's always stuff to do that.
Good.
Nothing at all. I'm actually getting leaner, bigger. I'm 107 kilos now.
Yeah.
Leaner than I've been at this weight before. As strong as I have been when I was eating meat.
Yeah.
Okay. And my energy levels, I wake up feeling good as opposed to groggy and tired.
Yeah.
I feel positive in myself, because I know that everything I'm doing is a win-win situation. There's no negatives in anything.
Yeah.
It's all positive. From the very beginning, from the seed to the sewer, everything I'm eating and doing there's not one part of it has a negative. There's a negative at all. It's all positive. Yeah. People who are working in the land, the animals that have been saved, everything, the whole thing. The more you eat, more other people eat, the more encouraging the industry. The more organic stuff happens, more non-GMO. That's where the money will go. That's where support.
So you vote with your money, basically.
Yeah, you vote with your money.
Beautiful. So you take note, people. Okay, I was going to ask you if there are any benefits to veganism, but you've just told me about 20.
There's many, many more. I could talk all day.
Yeah.
But that will come through in the future. About how positive it is to do this thing. Okay, the food is very, very tasty. Very seriously full of flavour. Protein packed. If you have a good variety of different food groups. When I say food groups, you've got your beans, you've got your nuts, you've got your pulses, you've also got your grains, rice and stuff. They all have protein in it. And also you can have protein powder. There's supplements now that support the vegan stuff. Whereas before it probably wasn't quite as prominent as there is now and readily available. So there's absolutely no reason why people can't grow being a vegan.
Definitely. Okay, and lastly, obviously you've agreed to this interview from my channel. Are you actively promoting veganism in other ways?
Any way I can. Every day. Every day, all day long.
Obviously you said you spoke to the people
to me, now, I don't mind if people think that I'm kind of trying to change them, okay, because maybe I am, because I think that if we don't change, we don't wake up, then this world is a doomed place. People are becoming very ignorant. If you don't know, that's one thing. But if you know and you choose not to act on that, that's a sin. You shouldn't have to act on that. People need to know this stuff, and if they're not waking up, then they are to blame for the demise of their life and the planet.
Yeah, spot on. Spot on. Barney, thank you very, very much. Okay, so Barney's here Tuesdays through Saturdays, 11 AM till 4 PM. Mr. Universe's Health Hut.
All about the vegan gains.
All about the vegains. Veganism. Okay, so on the provision market in Norwich. So if you need supplements, come and buy him here. He's getting a new range of lots of vegan stuff in, and also current reigning Mr. Universe. He dishes out free advice.
I've got some pro shows coming up. I'll win them, and I'll show the world, okay, obviously Norwich as well, that people say you can't win shows, you can't be a top athlete as a vegan. Absolute bollocks. I'll show everyone. That'll change everyone's opinion.
Nice. Barney,
That's all.
thank you very much. Veganism!